All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Tonight, I'm going to talk about some notes that I took from Sarah Marble. Recently did a training on how to rock your business this holiday season, and I really loved pretty much every single thing that she had to talk about. So I took a lot of notes on her call that she did, and I'm going to go over all of that. Just want to remind everybody that we have free shipping this month on every single order. In the past, it didn't include preferred orders, but they did include preferred orders in this incentive. So originally it was set to only be until the 15th, but now it is for the entire month, and it will be on every order. Now on the first, they didn't have it set up for every order. The preferred orders weren't included. But they did decide to include those, so they are going back and refunding the shipping charges. If anyone was charged on the first or maybe even the second, they will be receiving a refund of the specific shipping charges. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that and remind you of the incentive that we're running in our specific team. I joined together with a couple of the leaders, and if you have someone join your team this month and they purchase a welcome pack, they will first off get the free shipping on that welcome pack, which is really a huge savings on the welcome packs. I really want to say it's probably somewhere between $10 to $20 in savings, depending on the welcome pack that they choose. So they'll get that from corporate, and then if they get 100 PV outside of their welcome pack, they will be reimbursed their $34.95. We do kind of have a cap on that as far as how many we'll do. But we don't need to worry about that right now. When we get close to our cap, I will let you guys know. But again, all that they have to do is purchase their welcome pack and attempt to get 100 PV outside of their welcome pack. We're hoping that by including the 100 PV, that we can give them a little extra push in the beginning to promote their business and see how easy it is to get customers. So we want to work on helping them get that PV. All right, so to start off, what Sarah Marble talks about, in the very beginning of her call, she was just kind of setting up her call, and she was sharing about what she was doing that day and how it kind of gave her a little extra motivation. She had done this challenge with her boys, planking, and they set up this challenge, and the first time they did 5 minutes, and then of course she wanted to beat that 5 minutes, so she worked harder at the gym, and then right before she came on and did a training, she was like, we just did it. We kind of talked together and said, okay, on the count of 3, we're going to go down, because neither of them were willing to give up, and they were at 7 minutes. So she had me thinking about, if you can kind of think about Plexus as kind of a 5K that you're going to set up to do a 5K run or even a walk, you train for that. You work up to the 5K. So set your goals in a way of training up to being diamond or training up to being emerald or whatever your rank is that you want to be. If you can set those goals and slowly work up to it, you're going to reach it. So with a 5K, you don't just go out and expect tomorrow you're going to run that 5K and do great. You're going to slowly increase your work and get better and better and better. And the same with Plexus. If you can kind of set those goals, educate yourself a little bit more today, and then tomorrow do something different, and just build up, you will notice a huge growth in your business. All right, so her whole call was on how to rock your business through the holiday season. So I have all my notes here I'm going to go over. But her first thing was events. We want to think about doing events, do as many events as you can. It could be anything from a holiday vendor booth, open houses, school events, even raffles, door prizes, auctions. A lot of businesses do things during the holidays, especially raffles and auctions. And if you can if you can donate samples, that could be anything from a 3-day trial, a 7-day trial. It could be some P96. It could be a cup with the Plexus logo and your business cards and a couple slim packets in it. But anything that you can donate to get your name out there, definitely include some of your business cards. Put your sticker, or like I would suggest printing out some type of label if you do any kind of samples. input your information on the samples. But any way to open your, what am I thinking of here? Your group, expand your prospect list, and go to these things that you don't normally have access to. If you can go to a holiday vendor booth, you're going to find all these people that aren't on your Facebook page or you don't even personally know. So it's just a great way to get more potentials and names. Now, when you do a holiday event thing, you want to somehow do a drawing. That way you can attract people for a freebie. They'll come to your table, and then it's good to have whatever you're giving away in a display so they can kind of see. But you can put together a basket of stuff. You could do just a 3 or 7 day trial. It's up to you. Like I was saying, you could do cups and you could do samples. You got your E samples, you got your P96 that you could separate into sample packs. But put something together to do as a giveaway, and put some type of bowl out there to where they have to fill out their name and email and phone number. And we actually have a file that's put together, and I can post it on our page, but where it's just a printable file. So it has like all the stuff that they need to fill out, and it talks about, are you interested in hearing more about Plexus? Have you ever used the products? Things like that. So print those out, have those available for anybody to fill out. They're entering for a chance to win the freebie, but you're also getting their contact information. You can talk to them further. Now, I've done this in the past, and as they stood there and filled out their thing, I talked to them about Plexus, and I found out a little bit more about what they would want or what they could use the most. And as soon as they walked away, I actually got their form back out, and on the back I wrote notes so that when I did contact them, I could remember what products I need to talk to them about, and I don't have to talk to them about that again. Now I can, but if I can go to them and already know what I want to talk about, I can be a little bit more professional and already have kind of a set plan of what I'm going to talk about with them. Something else she talked about, and she kind of went off of topic on this one to me, but is to set a goal and stick to it this holiday season, as far as your personal goal, as far as food choices and your diet and your routine. Stick to that. We want to show that we're not going to just give up during the holidays, and show that Plexus helps us through the holiday. We can eat better. We can still keep our routine. We have the energy and things like that. So, all right. Another thing she talked about as far as events are 7-day challenges. We did the 7-day challenge a month or 2 ago. And I thought it was very successful. I personally had 5 people that were new customers for me that took part in the 7-day challenge, and 3 of them really loved it. One of them was a little slower getting her products going, and one of them actually had a reaction in the first day, and she kind of figured she would. That's why she wanted to try it first. But she loved it, so she passed on her trial to someone else. But I felt like the participation in it was really good. I think our team, we had a lot of people do it. So we are actually going to do that again. I'm going to promote that for you guys again and run that for you guys. I have put together an image. Let me see if I can share it with you guys really quick. I will be putting it on our page for you guys to use. Let me show you. But here's the image that we'll use. It just says Thanksgiving Challenge, November 20th through the 26th. We thought that if we could do it during that time. At first I was hesitant because it is the week of Thanksgiving, but I also felt that this might be a good thing. It could show them they're going to get started the 20th, and they end on Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving morning, they'll take their last products, and then they can kind of see how it helps them through the holiday. See if they're making better food choices, and have that energy for the week building up, things like that. So they have until November 15th to place their order. They will receive the free shipping. And it just talks about how it's the ultimate test, see how well the products work for you over the holiday. If you aren't satisfied, you can take advantage of our money-back guarantee. So I'll be sharing this image with you guys for you guys to promote that challenge. And hopefully we can get some new customers out of that. And again, it is something that I run for you guys. If you have a new customer that places the order, they'll get added to a group page, and I'd ask that you get added as well. And kind of help stay in contact with them. And I will post things throughout the 7-day challenge and have them participate and do a giveaway or two, and just really hope to get new customers out of that. If we can get them to try it for 7 days, and my hope is that they would actually want to try it for 30 days, knowing that they have the money back guarantee as well. So we will start that. I will send that out tonight, and you can start promoting that. And again, I'm saying up to the 15th as far as placing their order so that they can hopefully have their product by the 20th, and we can get started on that. Another event option is to set up an online Facebook event. I really, really, really suggest each and every one of us set up at least one of these events for November. I know I personally haven't done one in a while. It's just a good way to do something online to where our potentials can come on in the comfort of their home, read a little bit more about the products, ask any questions, and not feel obligated and not feel embarrassed that they have these questions, because most likely nobody that's on the event is going to be somebody they know. So I will be setting up one for the entire team that I will run for you guys, but for this month. But I do suggest that you each go in and do your own. Once I set up the one for the team, you might want to base yours around that. You could go 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. I'm not really sure how I'm going to set it up for yet. You could do it on a different weeknight just to try to see if you can get different people that couldn't make it to the one that I host for all of us. But definitely try to get one of those set up. I think it's a really good thing to do. And I've also considered, and I'm still considering it, doing a Zoom, not a sip and see because they couldn't taste it, but a Zoom meeting where they can come on and interact. They can watch videos with us and we can talk more. It's different than online, but yet it's still in the comfort of their home. So I am considering that as well. That might be something maybe I do in December. I'm not sure. All right. Another thing she talked about is customer appreciation. She called it the November Thankful Campaign. Make a personal letter or card to your customers, thanking them for their business. She really suggested you sit down and actually handwrite a quick thank you. Just buy a pack of thank you cards, go in and go to your customer report, look at all your customers for the year, send them a little thank you, and you can send them a sample if you'd like. You could send them a sample of the P96, a sample of the E's, a sample of the Slim if you'd like. But just thanking them for their business and their support with your business, and just reminding them that you're still there and that you are appreciative. Make sure you put in a couple business cards. They might be able to pass that on. I thought that was a really good idea. It's just another way to reach out to them without constantly being on Facebook. Hey, how are you doing? Are you still interested in Plexus? It's not like you're doing that. You're just, again, reminding them that you're still there and that you are very appreciative of their support. The next thing is be prepared. We have a lot of family events coming up around the holidays. You're going to constantly be getting together with friends or family, neighbors. You might have your little neighbor parties. But be prepared when you go to those. Have samples with you. Have catalogs and business cards. When you're attending these events and gatherings, you need to be prepared. That way, if somebody does come up to you and say, "Hey, I've seen your stuff on Facebook about Plexus, and I've been meaning to talk to you about it," I wouldn't be like, "Well, here's my business card and here's a sample." But if it gets to that point, then you can say, "Hey, look, I actually do have a sample with me. If you're interested, you're welcome to take it and try it." Some people sell the 3-day trials for $10. It's something easy. Instead of $11.95, they actually probably have a $10 bill that they could give you if you wanted to sell them. You could sell them for anything. Some people sell them for $5, or you can give them away for free. But be prepared with those. Have your catalogs. And again, I don't think you should just be like, as soon as they say, "Hey, I saw your stuff," just whip out your Plexus stuff. But again, if it comes to that point, at least you are prepared. If you can, wear swag to these things. I wouldn't be like going to like Christmas Day in my Plexus shirt, but if it's a small event or something like that, then definitely try to throw in some swag, and just so that they can remember Plexus, they'll see it on you. Now there's a lot of Plexus swag companies. There's a lot of them, but that do holiday themes. So I would look into those as well if you wanted to wear a holiday shirt. You can order those through Etsy. There's a lot of swag, what in like groups that are on Facebook. You can probably type in Plexus swag and a lot will come up. If you don't have business cards, I highly suggest that you order those this week. Have them, because not only the holiday is going to be great for promoting your business, and the conversations are going to come up because you're going to be around more people through the holidays, but the new year is going to start, and if you're not prepared now, the new year is going to be crazy for you, because there's going to be a ton of people coming to you at the new year because of it. Everybody's setting up their New Year's resolutions. So let's get everything in order right now and be prepared for when those people do come to us. So if you do not have business cards, I do suggest you go this week and order them. There's a ton on Etsy, and there's a lot of designs that I really, really like. So definitely take a moment to look for the one that suits you, but definitely get those ordered this week. All right, another thing she suggested were thank you posts throughout November. You know, we all see those. November 1st, I'm thankful for this. November 2nd, I'm thankful for this. Or day 1, I'm thankful for this. Try to incorporate Plexus into that as much as you can, maybe once or twice a week. Why you're thankful for Plexus. It could be for the opportunity as far as the business goes. It could be all the different things that the products have done for you and your family. Try to separate them. Try not to make them all in one post so that it doesn't look like every other day you're thankful for the exact same thing. But, you know, today I might be grateful that I had a great night's sleep since I've started Plexus. And then tomorrow might be that my husband no longer needs anxiety medications. You know, separate it out and use it throughout the whole month that you're thankful for. She suggested using a hashtag thankful for Plexus, just to have a hashtag on there. And, you know, you can click the hashtags and see all the other posts that are linked to the same hashtag, and you can comment kind of why you're thankful as well. So again, that's hashtag thankful for Plexus. Something that a lot of people did last year that I want to suggest our team do, and I will quote unquote challenge you guys. Hold on, let me get a drink. The challenge you guys to do this month is an image where you're holding up the piece of paper and it says, I am thankful for Plexus because, and then you list everything that you're thankful for Plexus. It's just a great image that we could all share about our team. And it's not this long post. It's just an image with just a sheet of paper with bullet points of what you're thankful for. So it could be anything and everything that you're thankful for with Plexus. There's some that have like 3 bullet points, and there's some that they're like itty bitty bullet points all the way down because there's so many things they're thankful for. I remember that was such a huge thing last year, and it really did get a really good response. So I suggest that as well. All right, the next thing is to be consistent over the next couple of months. It's really hard to get wrapped up in the holidays and kind of fall off the bandwagon for a little bit, but try not to get wrapped up in the holidays, and remember that this is kind of a job, and it is hard to take a couple of weeks off of a job and not feel like you come back to this load of work of catching up and getting back on board. So try to be consistent. Try to post throughout the entire time throughout the holidays. If you use Buffer app, I highly suggest it, especially during the week of Thanksgiving and leading up to Christmas, because we do naturally get super busy, and Facebook is really the one thing that we don't get on. We don't sit there and think, oh, well, let me update my Plexus post while I'm out Black Friday shopping. No. So go ahead and have that set up so that you don't have to feel like you're getting behind, or because I promise you, once you start getting behind, you get frustrated and you're like, just forget it. I'll get caught up later. And you find yourself 2 to 3 weeks later not really having many posts, and it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to catch back up and get those customers back interested. So try to stay consistent with your posting and your sharing about it. Remember that the holiday season is based around relationships, so use this time to promote yourself. Like I said before, you're going to be around a lot of people over the next few weeks. You're going to have a lot of gatherings, just a lot of, even like if you work in the corporate business or corporate job, you're going to have your corporate parties and your company parties, and it's just like a time for mingling. The holidays, it just seems like we all mingle a lot. So try to use that to your advantage. And again, don't puke Plexus and don't make it seem like that's your only focus. But if the time comes up, be ready and available to talk about Plexus. And again, it may be one of those things that the more people see you over the holidays, come the new year, they'll be like, okay, let me contact her now. So just be as positive as you can through the holidays. Be that person that you feel like they would be more apt to come to at the end and say, okay, hey, I'm ready to talk to you now. New Year's resolutions will be set soon, so build your rapport now, not when it's too late. So go ahead and get your name out there now, like I was saying, and when they set those New Year's resolutions, you'll be one of the first people that they think about. All right, and her last point was don't wait until January to set your business resolutions. Go ahead and set those resolutions now so that you can start working on them now. So write them down and make them visible. It is a huge thing that you will hear from every person in Plexus and every leader in general as far as other companies goes. But to write your goals down and make them visible. We constantly think about our goals and we think, okay, I can't wait till I hit gold or, whatever. But if we're not writing them down, making a plan, how am I going to get to gold? When am I going to get to gold? What's my goal on getting there? And then making them visible so that every single day when you wake up, it's kind of the first thing that you kind of see and you're like, oh yeah, I need to make sure I focus on that today. So write them down, make them visible, and just think to yourself, where do you want to be come December 31st, right at midnight? You're setting into this new year. Where do you want to be, and how do you want to start that new year? It takes starting now up until December 31st to get to that goal. You can't say, okay, well, I want to be gold by December 31st, and then come December 25th, you're like, okay, Christmas is over. I'm going to start my business now. Can't do that. You got to work from it now and reach that goal by December 31st. Something I want to challenge you guys with that I'm going to do myself is pretty much start a new list of 100 people. Kind of update it. If you have a really good list going, then that's great. I would suggest that you maybe try to add 40 people over the holidays. But really take a moment to sit down and do it almost like 100 people that you want to focus on this holiday season, that you're going to be in contact with, that might show up at a party, whatever you have events set up. So try to set up a new 100 list, or at least add 40 if you have a really good going list, and really focus on those people this holiday season. Send them messages. Let them know about our free shipping. I want to say don't be afraid to contact these people, especially right now with the free shipping. It's almost a reason to contact them. I have a potential that has been sitting on the fence literally since I started Plexus. So we're 18, 19 months in, and she'll message me here and there. Hey, I think I'm ready. She has PCOS really bad. She's tried another product, and it was like a shocker to me because all of a sudden she posted on Facebook that she was trying another product, and I actually sent her a message and I was like, hey, I thought you were going to give Plexus a try, and this was months and months ago. But she said that her aunt was a distributor of this other company, and she decided to give it a try. Well, a few months later, she sent me a message that she's ready to try Plexus, so on and so on. We've back and forth for 19 months now. But I sent her a message on the 1st when they announced the free shipping. She finally messaged me back today saying that she really is interested, and she got a lot more information. I sent her some more testimonies. She's going to talk to her husband about it tonight. So, but it took me reaching out to her and say, hey, I just want to let you know, I know you're kind of on the fence about Plexus, but they are doing free shipping right now, and it really is a great savings. You still get your money back guarantee if you're not satisfied. And it just reopened that door for me. Hold on one second. I'm not a big talker, so when I do these meetings and I talk nonstop, my voice is like, what are you doing? Because I don't talk this much. But yeah, so definitely use this time right now to contact those fence sitters. This is a perfect opportunity to have a reason to contact them and not just feel like you're bugging them. An ambassador on my team, a level 1 of mine, is she's been working on this potential for a couple months, and she just recently found out she got products from another person, but it was a relative who just gave her the products because she no longer needed them. But it kind of opened up a conversation with us that we get so worried about bugging the people But we don't realize that in their mind, they're still thinking about Plexus, but they haven't actually placed that order. So when somebody else brings it up, then they're like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and get that from you, so on and so on. So I've had that happen to me. I've had that where I didn't want to bug someone, so I would every once in a while check in and say, hey, I was just checking in with you. You're still interested. Well, what sale? It was the July 4th sale that they did where it was $4 to join. She got I didn't send her a message because I had contacted her multiple times, and like I don't know, a couple weeks later, she started posting about Plexus on Facebook as an ambassador. You could tell she was like promoting the business. So I sent her a message, and I was like, "Hey, did you sign up to be an ambassador?" And she's like, "Yeah, sorry, one of my good friends sent me a message when they were doing that July 4th special, and it was just the right time for me." Well, I didn't bug her because I felt like I had constantly sending her messages about it. But here comes this other person who just at the right time sent her a message, and she was like, oh, you know what? I can do that now. So don't feel like you're bugging these people. Think of it as you are, you're helping them. You're reminding them that this is an opportunity that really could change their life. So change your mindset. Think of it as a blessing that you're contacting them and that you just really don't want them to miss this opportunity. I think it's all in the way that we think about ourselves and how we're presenting the information. We are constantly thinking we're bugging them, but we're really not. So change your mindset, and I really think it will help you contact those potentials and really get them on board. So that's kind of all I have for tonight. Again, my challenges are to do the 100 list if you can, order your business cards and holiday swag if you want some of that. And then we are going to start that 7-day challenge as well. So I will get those out to you tonight. But is there any questions or things you want to discuss, or anybody have upcoming events that you want to discuss? Anything like that? You can unmute yourself if you want to talk about it.
Hey Cheryl, it's Cherie. I just wanted to I put out the post that Jody had asked me to do a Plexus party, Facebook party on the 12th. So hopefully everybody received an invitation to that.
I think I did actually, but I will mark that down. So she's doing one on the 12th if anybody wants to look into that. The Plexus party, the online parties are very, very easy. There's actually a document that we will post on our page. It's been updated. I'm not positive if the one that's posted is the updated one, but it's literally, it says post 1 or date that you created event, and you copy and paste this thing that it tells you to paste. And then it'll say 2 days prior to your event, do this, and copy it and paste it. It'll have videos in there that you share. It'll say post 1, here it is. And then, 5 minutes later, post 2, post this. It's literally a copy and paste that you go through. You invite your audience. I usually invite almost all of my Facebook friends. It depends on, I've done all of them before, and then I've gone through and actually specifically selected a few people. But you'll set up this event, you'll invite your potentials, and then you'll just post in the event, and they literally see it on their Facebook via their phone or their computer, and they can ask questions, and it's live. So you're going to post something about the slim, and a lot of them end in a question. The post will end in a question so that you have interaction. You do a roll call in the very beginning so you can kind of see who's online and doing this with you. You give a couple giveaways if you want, just to keep them interacting with you. You'll ask questions and say, okay, the next person who responds will get a free 3-day trial, whatever. Just to help them stay interacting. It's good to have a couple other ambassadors on with you, your upline, or a couple people below you, whichever you choose, so that they can help answer questions as you're posting. But it really does go really, really smooth. If you only have 3 people, that's still great, because it actually is. I've done them before. Like when we open it to the team, it does get pretty large, and there's a ton of questions going on, so that can get confusing. So if you have 3 people, do it. It's very important that you do these, and it's very informative. It's good post. There's a few testimonies in there. Like I said, a few videos. So they really do go pretty smoothly, and a pretty good response to those as well. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I'm Debbie, but my name is Deborah McCoy on Facebook. I'm in Livingston, Tennessee, so I'm not in Georgia anymore, but I am a little in heart. I was wondering, when you want to approach someone to be an ambassador, how do you kind of lead into that?
Now, would this be somebody who's has never tried the products, or somebody who's a customer?
Well, I have some people who tried the 7-day trial, the challenge that we just did, and one was good, but she's having kind of a family emergency right now, so that I feel like she's a prospect. One's in high school, and she didn't do it, and she has a health problem, so she just went back to the doctor. And the other person I don't have contact with unless I go to my husband's job, so I kind of want to be a little more careful with that one. Mm-hmm. But I mean, do you just encourage them? Do you just offer them the rebate? How do you lead into that?
For me, it depends on my relationship with the person, sort of. If it's 9 times out of 10, I suggest that they actually try the products for 30 days before they sign on to be an ambassador.
Okay.
We want them to be confident in the products and know that they actually want these products, because as an ambassador, they don't have their money back guarantee. And really, when I go to her, I have a potential right now that wants to be an ambassador. And some of you guys might think it's crazy, but I'm actually the one that's like pushing her to be a customer first. And I explained to her, she wants to do the triplex. It is a $15 difference, but you have the money back guarantee. So try it for 1 month as a customer. You have the money back guarantee. That way, if you're not satisfied, you can get your money back. And then you can sign on as an ambassador if you really like the products. For one, it gives them the money back guarantee, obviously. But another thing is that when they start as an ambassador, we really want them to be an ambassador only if they are going to work the business, because it doesn't really help us if they don't. If they're just going to purchase the products for wholesale, it's better for them to be a customer. But if they can try it for 30 days and really like it, when they sign on to be an ambassador, they already have their own kind of short testimony on why they decided to be an ambassador. So when you offer it to them as a customer first, it also shows them that you actually care and you want them to have that money back guarantee. But once they're confident in the products, and sometimes they are confident in the products after a trial. I was pretty confident in the products right on my 3-day trial. But I just talked to them about, how it's cheaper to be an ambassador, you get the wholesale pricing, and how they could potentially make an income by sharing the products with their friends and family. But it really does just depend on your relationship with them and what you feel they would benefit from. Would they benefit solely from the products, or are they actually looking to work the business?
Okay, that's a very good point. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Carol, is the new bio cleanse available yet?
Yes, all of the new products they launched on the 29th. I think even if they had any extra products left over of the old formulas, they are no longer sending those. So the new products started shipping on the 29th. Now, I guess, I don't know what orders started on the 29th, because we know they're behind, but yes, from this point on, anything that ships will be the new formulas on all of the X Factor and the BioCleans.
Do we know how far behind they are still?
We don't. They sent out the update today saying that if you had anybody who had not received their order from the 21st or prior, that they are top priority, and to send them a message immediately, letting them know. But I'm trying to think. Now, I ordered on the 21st, and I already have my products. So I believe there's communication issues within the system on certain days. And I think a few orders either got lost in the system or are in a certain queue that, got confused or whatever. So I think that's really the problem right now, is locating those missing orders. Now, if you have an order that was placed prior to the 21st and you send them a message, they're expediting those. I'm assuming that means next day.
Gotcha.
To get those out. But as far as the ones ordered after the 21st, I'm not really sure how long they're taking. I do know that shipping right now really is their priority.
Okay. I was just thinking in terms of like doing a 7-day challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you don't want the company to still be behind when we do that.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think come like the 14th, 15th, if we're noticing that they're still behind, already had this issue with her last 7-day trial. There was a few that were, I don't know if it was in the changeover of the October thing or what, but she ended up bumping. She sent a message and said, hey, who has received their 7-day trial? And actually probably 90% of them had not received it. So they all just held off until, a few days later or whatever. So if that comes up, we will accommodate that. Or if we have to, if like it's half and half, then we'll go ahead and start with the 50% that already has it, and then we'll do it again for the 50% that doesn't. It's just one of those things we'll figure out when that time comes.
Okay.
I tried something that might work. I believe I remember there's 2 shipping dates for back orders. One's early in the month and one's later. And if you add product to that, you can change it later so your back order doesn't duplicate again, and they'll send you what you need. I did it late in the game, like a couple of days before back order, and I got when everybody was saying they weren't receiving theirs.
How did you do it? I was confused.
I went into my back order and I changed it to what I wanted to come, arrive, and it did.
Before it processed, you changed it? Or after?
It was only about 2 days before it actually arrived in the mail.
Huh. What day did yours process? Do you remember?
Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. I don't remember. I just got it last week